YouTube really has to really tighten up because there's too many predators on here. Too many ugly, dark predators on here. I didn't even know this person was still alive. I thought that they died, in some sort of freak accident years ago. I mean, I haven't seen them, I haven't heard from them, and now this weirdo pops up on my page under one of my comments, and I had to really read this nasty bottom. Here's the thing. Any man with a face like that is dangerous. You can see the crazy all up in the eyes. Who in the hell lets their teeth get that rotten? Who lets their teeth get that rotten? Who allows their lips to get black? If you know that you got rotten teeth, why would you, and really fucked up teeth, why would you allow your lips to get black? You already just was born fucked up. Like, you have a crazy cock-eye. Okay? A crazy, lazy eye. Bad skin. Receding hairline. Out of shape. And you got crooked teeth. And you allowed your lips to get black. Here's the thing. Let me tell you something, baby. I know why you don't like trans women. Well, I don't think you don't like trans women. I think you're just obsessed. I wouldn't be surprised if you download she-male corn. Okay? Because all you nasty, dusty bottoms be studying she-male corn. Your whole life is just one big old pile of despair. Okay? It's sad. It's sad. I honestly, no, we're going to have a real talk right now. Hold on. We're going to have a real conversation. Okay? Because you are a homosexual man. And literally, you are out here hating on trans women. You stalk the trans women's pages. You harass and bully them. Okay. Well, you know better not to, I think you just want me to start reading you again. And you got your wish, baby. But at the end of the day, you stalk them. You bully them. Honestly, I believe and I know for a fact that you have a wig somewhere up in that barren apartment. Okay? I know you got a wig up in that apartment, girl. Okay? You are too obsessed with the trans girls. But here's the thing. You need to be obsessed with a toothbrush. You need to be obsessed with a dentist. At the end of the day, there was a time when I used to read you that I felt bad. I was like, oh, girl, you doing too much. You know that child is disabled and not wrapped too right. You know he took the short yellow bus. You know that he was in some sort of special education. I used to feel bad. Because at the end of the day, this is clear. This is a clear example of certain black women and certain black men and their negligence when it comes to their kids. Because at the end of the day, when you have a baby, you make sure you have when you're pregnant, you go to all the doctor's appointments, the GYN, you see every doctor that you need to see, you see a nutritionist, if you're smart, you read up on, just biology, what's happening in your body, what's going to happen in this trimester, what's going to happen in that one, when the baby comes out, you make sure they get all their shots, they see all their doctors. The first, few years of a child's life are very important. You have to stay on top of their all of their doctor's appointments, everything. It is so clear that your mammy and your pappy didn't care about you. Like, I don't understand how a mother could allow their child to have teeth that crooked. Like you were somewhere eating, like chewing on cans of Lipton soup. Okay? And your mama was just sitting there doing, what was your mother doing when you was chewing on those cans? Because there's no other way to explain why your teeth are that crooked. How does that work? Can somebody really drop down in the comments and really break it down? How does that work? How do you get teeth that is that crooked and that black and moldy and rotten? It was either you was chewing on, like your mother was walking you outside and y'all was in a park and you was chewing on trees or, biting on benches. Like you was probably one of those kids, no shade, and this is not funny. You know how there are certain kids that when they start teething, you got to get them a pacifier, maybe get them some Orajel. Why do I get the feeling that your mama couldn't afford a pacifier or Orajel, and every time you would start crying, she would take that rotten, dirty pen from the bottom of her purse out and just let you put it in your mouth, and you was biting and chewing on it, and that's the reason why your teeth grew in that way. I need somebody to really educate me because I don't understand. Like literally, like that is. I think everybody failed you, Blue Wolf. Everybody failed you. And they failed you because your mama and your papa, whoever your caregivers were, didn't care about you. Clearly the neighbors didn't care about you. I would have called Child Protective Services. I really would have. If any of my neighbors now, if I see their children look like they're being abused or disheveled every day, and if I ever saw any of my neighbors' children with teeth look like rotten half pieces of chiclet gum, I would really be on the call first thing as soon as I got back in my apartment with ACS. What is it? Child Protective Services. Yes. Child Protective Services. That's what I will be calling. But then, here you go to school. First of all, the parents didn't care about you. Your neighbors didn't care about you. Then, the doctors. Well, clearly, I don't think your mom took you to any appointments. Because you look real crazy. I don't think you got any of the vaccinations that us regular children got. But how did you get through school? But it's clear that the teachers didn't care about you because you sat in their face every day for 12 years? Well, I don't even think you graduated. You don't seem like someone that graduated from high school. Well, you was in school for however long you was in school. And they allowed you to sit in front of them every day with that mouth and them black lips and that cock eye and didn't call the school's nurse to maybe refer you out to like a social worker so that your mama could be locked up? Child. I think instead of focusing on trans women, baby, you need to really, really focus on being able to straighten the molars. The back molars, the front molars. You need to be able to kind of unblacken them gums. That's what you need to do. Okay? Because I'm going to make a whole bunch of videos just when I feel like it. Okay? I thought you had already met your maker, that you had left this planet. That you had descended down through the gates of hell to shake hands with your maker. You know, your creator, the one that helped to create that face and that body and that life. I honestly thought that you had left the planet, that there was some sort of freak accident over on Bronx Park East near the Bronx River Expressway, that there was some sort of freak accident and you was pinned under a sanitation truck? I really thought that. I honestly did. I think you crossed my mind last year, and all I thought was like, well, he's sitting on his maker's lap right now, just like Little Nas X did in that video for Montero. He's giving Satan a lap dance. But of course, I don't think Satan would even want that from you. I'm sure he would have just threw you and knocked you on your head and threw you off of him. Be like, ooh, get over here. I sent you and summoned you down here to the fiery pits of hell for all your works on earth, all of your bad deeds that you did on earth. Doesn't mean because I summoned you, doesn't mean I want to look at you. Okay, now get up in that corner. That's really what I thought. I thought you were somewhere with the serpents and the heat and the fiery pits. Okay, over there smoking a blunt with them black lips. But girl, let me tell you something, Miss Thing. You come up in my comment section again, I'm going to do 5 videos on you. And I'm going to read you from more filth. Because here's the thing. I'm seeing a lot of stuff about you being a predator. This is what I don't understand about a lot of gay men. Baby, let me shut up because I was going to say something real horrible. But this is what I understand. Y'all are out here in parks. I remember on my old page, I showed with your old stomping grounds. I'm sure you still go up in there. Okay. In the dark of night, because you don't dare go up in that park in the daytime where people can see that face. Okay. But I showed on my old page that park that you like to dwell in after hours, creeping in there, hoping somebody would see you and whip out their pita on you and so that you can get your little munch on. Okay, y'all are the most degenerate among us. And baby, we know you for your works, baby. We know where all the bodies are buried, sweetie. Okay, y'all's time is coming, honey. Okay, because y'all been sitting out here throwing trans people under the bus, and y'all out here doing the most degenerate, disgusting acts in public. Okay? I think I need to motherfucking post a video. I think I need to go undercover. Okay, and bring out a SWAT team to that park where all you bottoms dwell in. Out there, because it's a safety hazard. I need to call the Department of Health. You keep playing with me. Y'all, let me tell you something. You homosexuals, y'all better stop playing with the girls. Because you don't want us to call the Department of Health on y'all. And where y'all dwell. And have stingrays and sting operations, okay? So they can come and bust all of y'all. In the act, the lewdness of it all, the acts. Okay? Public bathrooms aren't safe, public parks aren't safe, steam rooms aren't safe, saunas aren't safe. It's not safe when these creatures are around. Okay, the trans women are motherfucking saints next to these motherfuckers. Okay? Play with me if you want, critter. Okay? Play with me if you want, baby. Because you know I don't mind. I love this.